Sorry. Above my pay grade, nothing I can do. I'm just forwarding messages to people and asking them to look in.
You can always check out the video.
Yeah, AlanCoxShow.com. The video segments are there, and
they're all there.
You get the whole thing there.
And I set them all up in a playlist, so they'll just play right through.
Yeah. Or I would also recommend using a thing called a radio.
Those are sweet.
Are very effective,
helpful.
Too. Yeah, helpful. It is weird, though, how you don't have a radio in your house.
Yeah.
I don't.
I've
my whole adult life I've worked in this business. I don't have a radio in my house.
I do because I have an old record player with a radio in it. So sometimes I will, if we're on Best Of or I'm like listening to a Guardians game or a Cavs game, I'll turn that on from time to time.
Yeah, I'll just ask my my Alexa to boot it up. I'll have Cleveland Auto Show, just jog my memory there, running a commercial for the Cleveland Auto Show. I will have those tickets for you in about a half an hour. Keep in mind, by the way, speaking of the Cleveland Auto Show, they're also giving away tickets in the morning. That situation, though, is you get to go to it with Dieter and Jeffrey, I think.
We will not be going with you.
No, we're not going to. No. This is, we give you the tickets and you go off on your own. But they're doing a thing where Dieter and Jeffrey walk you through it, I think. I think that's what they're doing. But anyway, you can also win auto show tickets in the morning if you don't win them here. Well, I've got some listener mail I want to get to in a minute. Did you see the guy doing donuts at Petco Field?
No.
San Diego Padres, home of one Mike Clevenger. They play at Petco Field, and obviously there's nothing going on there. They're still in a lockout in Major League Baseball, so there's nobody walking around. I don't think these ballparks. Some dude blew through the gates at Petco Park in San Diego in a white Bronco and starts doing donuts on the field. And people who were working at the stadium initially thought it was a member of the grounds crew, and they're like, "Well, that's you look out there and there's video of a dude who cops got him." But he just drove what looks like one of those brand new Broncos.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty sweet. And the park they were converting it back to the baseball field after a concert. And this guy's out there doing donuts and they charged. But if you get a chance to see the video, it's pretty sweet. It's just people, there's a lot of window glare because it's people who work at the stadium filming this guy. But, that would be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. Just tear ass on a baseball field.
It would be, yeah. But it's like, because it's not even like a baseball field when he's on it. It's like dirt.
Yeah, you're not going to run over the bases or anything. They said he just, after about a minute, stopped. The grounds crew guys made their way to the car and did like a citizen's arrest or something. And the guy didn't put up a fight or anything.
Yeah, because they're like, we got to clean this up, man. You're making a mess.
Yeah. Of course, the white Ford Bronco, no matter what year it is always going to be associated with one Orenthal James Simpson. They even parodied it on Seinfeld back in the day. A.C. Cowling was O.J.'s friend who was driving the Bronco, and he was famously said something along the lines of, they were like, "Who is this?" And he goes, "You know who it is, damn it. It's AC. You know who it is, damn it." And then, of course, Kramer had a friend that needed to be whisked out of harm's way or something. Buddy of his who got in trouble golfing. Yeah.
Did AC ever
get
get
a tee on the body?
They found a tee. Poor little Pincus. What, Poundcake?
Did AC ever get in trouble for that?
AC Cowling?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if there was any...
I feel like people like OJ, everyone in their orbit gets punished for doing wrong, but the guy himself never gets punished for doing wrong. Because a lot of people cover up for him or do his bidding.
He was arrested, this says, but charges were dropped for lack of evidence.
As you just said, it's AC. You know who it is.
But also,
I'm driving a Bronco with OJ in it.
Right, but having a guy in the backseat of your car is not a crime, Well,
if they were evading arrest, which
yeah,
is
he
what
was
they were doing.
Yeah, I think in the midst of the OJ trial, there was no way that they were going to mess around with Al Cowling. So they were like, give this guy a ticket, maybe throw him in the can overnight.
We're trying to focus on OJ.
That's right.
Who are the other people that were punished, though, Poundcake?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying usually in these situations, I think a situation like OJ where he's at the very tippy top and there's a lot of people that were like covering for him, or so they think.
I mean, Nicole Brown Simpson, I recall, got punished.
Yeah, she lost her job.
I recall Ron Goldman was punished.
Also
so
lost his
cute.
job.
Fired.
No, not really fired.
Like George, stop.
There you go.
They were cut
Yeah.
from the team.
Yeah.
Get it? It's a knife. Professional comedian for a decade.
10 years.
I was gonna
Mary
say,
Santora, everybody.
at what point do people find jokes like that funny? Like, what is the threshold when people can start like making
10 years.
9/11 jokes? Like,
If it's funny, you can do it the day after.
Well,
I was
people
gonna
say
ask,
too soon.
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Gilbert
people that,
Gottfried was making 9/11 jokes on 9/12.
Yeah,
oh God.
there's a lot of people that will never think some certain things are funny, and there's some people that, yeah, you can do it the next day, and it's
But
not
is
a big
there
deal.
is there a such thing as too soon? Is that made up?
It depends on how funny it is. If it's a very good joke,
Okay.
But even
mean,
that's subjective. Like
yeah.
it doesn't. Some things nobody wants you to joke about.
Okay.
What do you think, Poundcake? What do you think is too soon to joke
I
about?
think there is a period. I think it has to. I think after a year, oh, remember that what happened last year, the catastrophic event where we lost our 2 buildings. Like
Jesus, this guy.
Well, that's not really a joke, though. That's you just going, like, that sounds like you're just laughing at it.
Well, I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't have a joke on hand.
You're paraphrasing what happened and then laughing about it.
Well, I didn't have a joke on hand, but I'm just saying if someone were to make that joke, no one would say, "Hey, bro, too soon." Like what? They cleaned up the
Well,
rubble.
the old line is tragedy plus time equals comedy. Mm-hmm. Hey, JD is in Akron. What's going on, JD?
You know who it is, damn it.
It's JD.
Mary,
yes.
thank you so much for doing your comedy act for 10 years.
Thank
so
you.
proud of you.
Thanks.
All right.
Was that it, JD?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's enough. Thank you. I appreciate it.
JD's hitting the pen and decided to call the show. And
Hey, I'm proud.
there
That's
you
all
go.
I needed to hear.
Why
Thanks, man.
not?
All right.
Uh-huh. Also, devotion to accuracy from our Mary Santora 10-year quiz.
Uh-oh. What did I get wrong?
No, somebody just wanted to point out Mary's comedy career was longer than the original run of the Confederacy. Not
yes.
the current
Not
iteration of the
current one,
Confederacy
because that one's to question mark.
that we're living through. That's right. Till question mark.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Leo.
Hey, Alan, I think, was it Steve Gendison that was in the Bronco with Kramer?
Yes, it was Steve Gendison. That's right. But poor little Pincus ended up with, that was the Big Salad episode.
Yeah.
That's right. You wanted the big salad. Yeah.
Well, how'd you know she ordered that? Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to throw that out there before I forgot the name.
Thank you, Leo.
I appreciate that because
it.
I was trying to remember.
Dennis, what a jerk! I'm never playing golf with him again.
Who? Gendison?
Steve Gennison.
Why does that name sound so familiar?
He used to be a baseball player. Yeah.
Oh, how'd you end up playing golf with him?
Well, I met him on the course a couple of years ago. Yeah, played with him a lot. But today was it. We're on the 15th hole. Yeah, he's beating me by a couple of strokes. Then he's about to hit his second shot when he picks up the ball and cleans it.
So what?
Sorry. But the rules clearly state that you cannot clean the ball unless it's on the green. The rules are very clear about that.
Certainly are.
Yeah, so I penalized him a stroke.
Ah, so what happened?
He lost it. We almost came to blows. We're like face to face, like a manager and an umpire. We're like, hey, we're not talking about. I don't say what you say.
You're in my face.
Mary said in the break that one of her questions of her thing was going to be the run of Seinfeld. And I'm like, that would have been
Way
so
too easy.
easy for me and Bill. Yeah.
I was trying to think of things that wouldn't be too easy for each one of you. Where I was like, any 2000s pop culture reference, I feel like Cody would have been all over if I'd have done like a Nickelodeon show or anything
Sure.
So I was trying to figure out, trying to get some goofy things.
The original
and this
run
and
of
that.
Dr. Katz, Professional Therapist.
Yes, there you go.
Short attention span theater.
That's,
The Busy World of Richard Scary or
There you-
something. You know?
Richard Scary. Oh, boy. Hey, Duke.
Alan, how are you?
I saw Duke at that Steely Dan thing that I went to a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, that was disappointing, sadly. I expected the guy to... It was much like a timeshare presentation than anything else.
Yeah, I was disappointed as well. But but Duke was the guy who told the people next to me that I was famous.
Well, yeah, and you shouldn't hide your light under a basket.
And he didn't mean anything by it. It's just that we kind of spoke for a second, and then he went back to his table, and these two people are staring at me, and I'm not saying anything. And then a few beats go by, and they go, "So who are you?" And I go, "I'm nobody." He was kidding. That Duke, he's a kidder.
You're not nobody. I didn't call it to chatter like this. I want to tell you a story that happened about my wife.
Yeah.
She turned 50 and she thought she was looking older, so she decided to get a facelift. Cost her $16,000. But I got to tell you, it did turn out pretty well. She thought it turned out pretty well. She was coming out of the doctor's office, and this girl was selling flowers, and she asked the girl, she said, how old do you think I am? And the girl says, well, I don't know, maybe 35. She says, my wife told her, no, I'm 50. She was so proud of how she looked. So she went to McDonald's to get a cup of coffee. She asked the clerk, how old do you think I am? And the clerk says, I don't know, ma'am, maybe 35. She says, no, I'm 50. I'm really happy with how everything turned out. So she's sitting at the bus stop, and she says, this old guy sitting next to her, and she said to him, sir, I don't mind you asking, how old do you think I am? And he said, ma'am, he says, I'm 78. My eyesight ain't so good no more. But I always could tell the age of a woman by feeling her breasts. So there was nobody around. My wife let him up in there, a little left, right, up, down. He said, ma'am, he says, you're 50. My wife was amazed. She said, how did you know? He says, I was in line behind you at McDonald's.
I gotta tell you, it is no surprise how free Duke is with his wife's breasts. He is just, boy, he will get right in there, and that's called paying it forward.
Yeah, amen, brother.
All right, thank
have
you,
a good
Duke.
One, Alan.
I already have a good one. Thank you. There's Duke out there in my neck of the woods. I've got some listener mail here.
Hey, well, look at this. Letters. We got letters.
Okay, so this is a letter from a girl named Imani. Hello, everyone. My name is Imani, and my boyfriend introduced me to the show in 2019 when we first started dating. I'm still learning about the show, but my boyfriend has been a huge fan for 12 years. He listens to the show every day and basically never misses a beat. He loves to show me clips of the show, and honestly, I've fallen in love with you all. I wish I had thought of this idea around his birthday, but I would love to get a shout out on the air to who is one of your biggest fans. He just had his 30th birthday on New Year's Eve. I hope you could get his name on the air. I know he would love it. As a new listener and viewer, I feel like I'm becoming a part of the family. Neither of us have been to a comedy show, but seeing Mary is on our list. Thank you for all you do and being so entertaining. Have a great week. Sincerely, Imani. Well, that's nice. Listen, I like to do things when I can for people, and thank you for the letter, Imani. And it's the little things, really, when I stop to think about it. You know, it doesn't take much effort to make someone's day. And so that's what I like to do.
The thought of it, you know?
It's just the thought of it. That's right.
He's been a listener longer than Mary's comedy career.
Hey, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Through no fault of his, whatever his name is. Oh, there it is. Isaiah Robinson is his name. Oh, I missed that. So sorry. Imani. I bet she's foxy. That's like a sexy name. It's a hot name.
You gotta be hot with a name like that.
What's that?
I said, is that a letdown when you have a hot name and you don't deliver?
Amy Schumer has a bit about that. Or
Deliver? What do you mean deliver?
You got a hot name, but then you
They
don't.
see you in person. It's like, whoa, that's
It's
not
not.
how.
It doesn't match.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's my assumption. It's not their fault.
Right.
I mean, it's, you know. Amy Schumer, what?
She has a bit about that where I think her friend's name is like Sabina or something like that, and she's like, you have to be hot with a name like that. Like you can't come out looking like a troll and be like, no, your name's Bertha, bitch.
It's also but it's also like you have no control over your name or how you look.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You grow up and you go, I don't fit this.
Listen,
Yeah.
I got
Meredith,
to change my name to Bertha.
Meredith is not a name that you associate with like a hot woman, but I have a friend that is named Meredith, and she's very hot.
I know one Meredith in real life, and she's hot.
The only Meredith I ever knew was hot, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're just thinking of Meredith from The Office.
Right, but I think that's what a lot of people think of when they think of
Yeah,
Meredith.
probably.
Meredith Baxter Burney, thank you very
Duh.
much. From the
She
hit
was also
television
hot,
show
yeah.
Family Ties. And she was always getting beaten up on Lifetime. She was. Her husband was always...
Not as
They
popular.
always pushed her too far.
Yes.
Not as popular as the spinoff about the religious family, Family Tithes.
10 years of professional comedy from one Mary Santora, everybody.
I haven't been a professional for 10 years.
Speaking of Amy Schumer, I noticed that you were quite excited that she followed you on social media.
She did.
You were very
I
excited by that.
She followed me on Instagram. Isn't that cool?
That is pretty cool.
I thought it was super cool, but I didn't know how cool to play it. I didn't message her or anything
Yeah, I
like
was
that.
going to say, don't make that move, because she'd be like,
No, I'm not going to do that. She'll unfollow me.
Let's video chat her right now.
No, but I wanted to. I wanted
See
to
if she
post
answers.
it. I wanted to post a screenshot on my story and be like, "Oh my God, Amy Schumer followed me." But then I also, I wanted to.
I
play
thought you
a
did. How did I see it?
I sent it to our group chat.
Oh, right.
Yes, because Dave Attell is. I opened for Dave Attell, and I know Dave and Amy are very close. So Dave posted a picture of us, tagged me in it, and I'm assuming that's how she started following me.
She thought, if Dave vouches for her,
Yeah.
she must be funny.
That's the train of thought that I'm assuming happened. But I did want to post about it and be like, oh my God, look at that. Because Amy Schumer was a huge influence for me when I first started stand up. And then, but I also wanted to be like,
On the drinking side or the comedy side?
Both,
Okay.
honestly.
Right.
Just being honest on stage. She was very real, and it was,
She had a vagina and wasn't going to hide that under a bushel basket.
correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to post it and be like, oh my God, look what happened.
Why didn't you?
Because it felt lame. Even though I am very excited about it, doesn't it
You
feel
are
lame?
correct.
It is lame, right? It feels very fangirly.
nah, yeah, don't do that.
But you are a fan of hers.
Yeah.
You should direct message her.
But I wanted to
Hey,
I want to be cool about it.
Ames, I saw that you followed me.
And then what? Thank you? Anybody who ever says thank you for the follow, I'm like, ew.
'Cause I'm sure it's like her publicist or somebody. It's probably not even her.
Right.
I tried to do the same thing, because whenever I had celebrities, and when I say celebrities, I mean like D-list. I had Ryan Cabrera follow me on
Yeah.
Twitter when I was doing my radio thing, and so I used that as a way to promote my radio show. I was like, oh, I would love to have you in for a guest, as a guest. I had Aaron Carter follow me, and every single person I messaged ended up unfollowing
That's
me.
what I mean.
And I'm
yeah.
like, no.
I don't want to come off as a creep. I would like to see her to see me as a co-worker, as a professional person.
As a peer.
As a peer. I mean, obviously she's been doing it much longer than I am and has a crazy amount of success, but I would like her to see me as a fellow comic, not as a fan.
Listen, I'm not immune to that emotion. I mean, I have both Neil Connor and Chris Gerbic following me, but you don't see me making a big deal about it.
You got the Gerbs?
Gerby Gerbs followed you.
Meredith Vieira, she's not too
That's
too
a good
hard in
one,
the
yeah.
eyes. Meredith Salinger, that child actress that Patton Oswalt married. I mean, she's not a child anymore. She's a grown woman
Yeah,
now,
that's
yeah,
a good thing to point out.
Yeah.
she was Natty Gann. Yeah. No, she's a grown woman now. She's not
She's no longer a child actress.
a pound cake. I mean, she's
Hey, I molest children.
Alan, I just sent Amy Schumer a message letting her know what a creepy, excited weirdo Mary is.
That's what I'm talking about.
Should have ever talked about it.
There you go. No, talk about all of it. That's what we're here
so
for.
exciting.
I'm happy
is
that you're
exciting. It's
excited.
cool.
If Howard
Of course.
Stern followed you on Instagram, you would be cool. You'd be excited about that.
Why do you think he doesn't?
Does he not? Does he?
I don't know. I
see,
don't know
that's
who.
what I was saying.
But I don't know who follows me.
Right, but if it showed up that Howard Stern started following you, you're like, oh damn, that's a titan of radio.
I would be curious what happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's a titan of comedy, so it's like.
And
oh,
I've met
cool.
him.
Right.
Have you met Amy Schumer?
I have not.
There you go.
All right.
Okay, so is that the most? Is that the most Like, is that the most famous follower you have?
Probably, yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like, I have verified followers, but I don't know who the most famous is.
She's definitely the most famous.
I mean, you also are followed by
for you.
Attell. Like that's.
I think Amy Schumer is more widely recognized
Yeah,
than
but
David Tell
he's
is.
more widely
Admired
I
comedically.
would say
Comedically,
yeah.
definitely, but she is a more she's done movies and Super Bowl commercials and stuff like that. Like
Isn't she also hosting the Oscars?
Maybe.
Yeah.
She's like one of the. There's like three of them.
Three
right?
of them.
Yeah.
Regina Hall, I think, and Amy Schumer, and yeah. Anyway, I've got to take a break. I'll have those Cleveland Auto Show tickets for you on the way back.